Alright, so moving on to the next segment. I'll be sharing my thoughts on Tyson Fury and Oleksandr Usyk's fight officially being postponed. And I was so excited for this fight. If you guys follow the Combat Series, I gave my fight preview on last week's Combat Series episode. And I said this was the perfect time to have the fight between Tyson Fury and Oleksandr Usyk because they were both exposed in their last respective fights. Tyson Fury being exposed by Francis Ngannou, which I'll touch up on in a few moments, and Oleksandr Usyk being exposed by Daniel Dubois, with Daniel Dubois clearly landing a clear body shot that should have knocked out Oleksandr Usyk, but it was labelized as a low blow. So I said last week, this was the best chance to have this fight between the two respective heavyweights because they've both been exposed in their last fights. But nonetheless, the Tyson Fury versus Oleksandr Usyk fight has officially been postponed. The fight was scheduled to take place February 17th, just in a few weeks. But due to Tyson Fury's eye injury that he sustained and his sparring, with, I don't know the boxer's name, but as he was preparing for this fight, he suffered an eye injury. The eye injury required him to have stitches, and that put him out of action for this fight. And the fight has now been postponed to May 18th. If either fighter pulls out of the fight between Tyson Fury and Oleksandr Usyk for the scheduled date that's supposed to take place on May 18th, they must forfeit $10 million. So this is big. This has to happen now because I don't care how much money you have. Nobody's going to fork up $10 million and forfeit it for missing a fight that was supposed to take place not once, not twice, but 3 times. But, and that's exactly what I'm about to touch up on. So, the point I'm making across is, I truly believe that Tyson Fury is becoming a joke in the sport of boxing. I love the Gypsy King. I love me some Tyson Fury. And I've said on episode out that Tyson Fury is one of the best heavyweights of this generation. But the man is becoming soft as toilet paper. I'm tired of the childish games, Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury, I understand you might need stitches. But what happened to that Warriors mindset, that Warriors mentality when you had your eye gushing, bleeding, oozing out of blood when you fought Otto Wallin back in 2019 in that heavyweight fight? You continued the fight and went all 12 championship rounds with Otto Wallin, with your eye bleeding, gushing during the championship fight. What happened to that Warriors mentality? I don't see that Tyson Fury anymore. Tyson Fury has not defended the WBC heavyweight title in 428 days. No title defenses in 2023. The last title defense came in December 2022. He nearly lost to an MMA fighter making his boxing debut, and Francis Ngannou got dropped around the world. That knockdown was heard around the world in combat sports. Now he is on record for ducking Oleksandr Usyk, not once, not twice, but 3 separate occasions. The fight has been postponed, all because of Tyson Fury. And at this point, does anybody really even care to see a Tyson Fury versus Oleksandr Usyk heavyweight championship fight? Because it's been postponed so many times due to Tyson Fury playing childish games. It's getting old and repetitive. At this point, if he does not fight Oleksandr Usyk, he needs to be stripped of that WBC heavyweight title if he does not fight him in the new schedule for May 18th in the sport of boxing. It has to happen because we're going to keep getting this from Tyson Fury, who is holding the heavyweight division hostage. I mean, what are we really supposed to do? I mean, Oleksandr Usyk is a unified heavyweight champion. He's got 3 out of the 4 important titles, but the main title is always the WBC title and all divisions in boxing. And the man, the Gypsy King, is holding up the division, playing childish games. It needs to end immediately. And I really feel so bad for Oleksandr Usyk, who's been training his ass off, getting prepared to potentially be a 2-time undisputed heavyweight champion in the sport of boxing. The only male athletes, the only male boxers that ever accomplished that is Terrence Crawford and Naoya Inoue. And he's trying to make history. And he's busting his ass getting ready for the biggest fight of his life. And once again, 2 weeks before the fight is supposed to happen, Tyson Fury pulls out. And I really do feel bad for all the fighters that were training, preparing to be on the undercard of this monumental fight card that was supposed to be of Tyson Fury and Oleksandr Usyk. So I feel bad for all the fighters, that were preparing and training, that were supposed to be a part of the undercard. But those are my thoughts on Tyson Fury versus Oleksandr Usyk officially being postponed.